Hello friends, I hope you're all doing well in these very strange times, social distancing. When you're a socially awkward person like me, social distance is no problem at all. But a few people have been writing to me, Nick, we haven't seen you lately, no videos. Have you died from the coronavirus? No, sadly I'm fine, I'm all good here. But thank you for asking, those of you that have. And yeah, I've been a bit busy with my regular daytime job. I'm a computer nerd, as you know, for a multinational, and you know, with the virus, we've been working hard to get everybody laptoped up and working remotely. So that's what I've been doing, not YouTubing, but we'll get back into that. But otherwise, you know, working from home has been fine by me. You know, I don't have to wear pants anymore, which is excellent. I get to hang out with my dogs, which is awesome. We go out walking. It's springtime here in Connecticut, so it's a lovely time to walk out in the parks away from people. I don't know that my dogs are any good at staying away from other people, but you know, they don't get it. It's fine. They have fun. But yeah, a little smudge and Tui, enjoying having Dad home and hanging out. Other stuff I've been doing around home, I've been tinkering with my computers, my old DOS computers. I've got a AST486 that I've finished. I use for games and reliving the good old times, which is fine. But I've also been building or fixing my dual floppy PS2. If you have a look at this photo, you see when I first started working many moons ago when I was a youngster with freckles, I had a dual floppy PS2, and so I've got a dual floppy PS2 with a hard drive. I've got two of them. I've been salvaging parts from one to get the other working. So it's only a 286. It's a slower machine for slower software. Yeah, I love tinkering with these things. I'm a ginormous nerd, so yeah. One day I'll do a video on those, but yeah, that's what I've been doing to keep myself busy. The other thing I've been doing is a bit of flying, practicing flying. I've finished all my fixed wing training at last, and so now I'm able to fly on my own. I haven't actually got my license, I haven't done my check ride yet, but I'm ready for it. It's just waiting for this virus to get out of the way. And so a little bit on flying, you know, as probably you know, I've been a helicopter pilot for 20 years, so switching to a fixed wing has been very interesting. You know, I know a lot about flying, but I don't know a lot about fixed wing, and so my training and my trainer, you know, it's been a challenge teaching me some of the stuff which is different from helicopters. And one of the biggest challenges has been stalls. A stall in an aircraft is when you're going too slowly and wind doesn't pass over the wing enough to keep the airplane in the air. There's a higher angle of attack, and finally it flips a little switch on the wing which gives a warning that you're about to stall and fall out of the sky. Now in a helicopter, this is a serious shit. This is blade stall. So once the blade gets to a certain speed, there's a horn that goes off to warn you that the rotor has deteriorated in speed, and you must fix it immediately. Fix it or die, normally. And so when you're training in helicopters, you hear that blade stall warning horn, and you bottom the collective and you fix it. It becomes muscle memory. And so switching from helicopters to fixed wing has been a bit of a challenge from that point of view, because when I hear that stall warning horn, and I want to push the nose down and fix it immediately. And it's the only thing that I really got hung up on, because as soon as I put the aircraft into a stall, my brain was sort of panicking to fix it, and I'd always push the nose forward and get the speed up and get out of that stall, which I guess is a good thing that I just do it. But when you're training a fixed wing, you have to leave it in stall, and they want you to really stall it, pull right back and slow right down, throttle off, get it in a stall and really get it shaking and falling out of the sky, and then correct it. So it's been a bit of a challenge to learn that. Smudge, come here, buddy. Come here. Come and say hi. Smudge. Oh, you're a darling little boy. Yeah, he's a monster. So yes, the skies will no longer be safe because I'll be up in fixed wings on my own without anyone supervising me shortly. So that's been fun. So yes, that's what I've been doing, hanging around, fixing computers, flying planes, wearing no pants. It's all good. But the purpose of this video was to answer a few questions and challenges that I've been given. One challenge or question came from another YouTuber, James, over at Auto Amateur. He does a lot of Porsche type videos. He's got a little channel where he tinkers and does modifications to make his car more ghetto. But he does do some great stuff, and I encourage you to go and have a look. One video he did recently was a challenge directly to me to say, why don't I modify my cars? And the answer is simply, oh my God, I have enough trouble with my cars already without modifying them. Imagine if I was tinkering with the engine and stuff, things would be 10 times worse. So yeah, I don't modify my cars, but I can understand people that do. And one video of his that I'll bring your particular attention to, which he did such a great job on, is he added Apple CarPlay to the earlier generation Porsches. His particular car is a 911 991.1, which is the generation from 2012 through to 2016, which of course didn't have CarPlay, and he's added that to the PCM. Great job. I mean, it's not an easy mod to do, but so many people ask me, you know, I've got a 2013 Porsche of some sort, can I get Apple CarPlay? And the answer has generally been no, but now, watch James's video. He did a beautiful job of doing that modification. Check him out, he's pretty cool. But yes, I will not be modding my cars. Well, to say that's not true, I do add dash cams and I do add radar detectors. And I did have my friend Eric here recently to install the dash cam, and I'll be doing a separate video on that. And the great thing about the new dash cams is that there's now, Blackview put out an option that goes into the OBD port to provide the power. So there's no wiring incursions in the car anymore. You can just run the dash cam from the OBD port, and it even has little switches on it so you can turn the camera off after a certain time. Anyway, that's for a separate video. Eric, as always, does a great job of installing the stuff, and so he and I had a chat about it. And another supplier sent me a separate dash cam, so I'll be talking about that in a future video as well. So yes, all good stuff for future videos. I can't emphasize enough how important dash cams are. And there's some great ones for next to no money these days, but if you want the best of the best, I've got a couple of great ones coming up. Anyway, back to comments and questions and insults. And the first one is from SA13, who writes, "Hi Nick, can you, as an Australian, explain to me why people in Australia are so after toilet paper lately?" Well, they are dirty birdies, those Australians. Us Australians, sorry. But yeah, it's toilet paper. Toilet paper is to keep the kangaroos away, you know. A little known fact, you have to have a lot of toilet paper, otherwise the kangaroos come into your house. So it's not me, it's science. Next is an encouraging comment from Roy, who writes, "What an asshole." Thank you, Roy. I like a bit of positive feedback. I'll take that to heart. Next, an email from Mike, who writes, "Nick, what do you think of the new M4? I was talking about the BMW M4. Pictures are out. Oh my God, my eyes. Yes, the new BMW M4. It's like if Ron Jeremy had sexual intercourse with a Lexus and this was their baby love child. BMW, just on a race to the bottom lately. The horror shows that are coming out of those factories. What is wrong with you, BMW? Anyway, what can we do? Wait and see. God, if the cars are so bad this year, I don't know what they're going to do next year. Next, from David. David gives us a comment, statement, question, all in one. He writes, "Jesus, you're a weird guy, Nick. What is with those monkeys? Seems you have had them a while. Do you plan to grow up?" Okay, so let's start with, I'm a weird guy. Yes, I am a weird guy. I understand. I've always known this. I've always known I'm a little different than other people. But, you know, aren't we all a bit weird, a bit strange in our own way? The key to being happy in life is to be comfortable with yourself. To know that it doesn't matter if you're a bit different, a bit weird, a bit off. As long as you're comfortable with who you are, life's pretty good, right? And so, yeah, I've always been comfortable with the fact that I'm a bit of a strange guy. I'm a bit different than other people. Doesn't bother me, shouldn't bother him, shouldn't bother David. But yes, the monkeys, I have had them for a while. More than 20 years, in fact. Here is a photo of William back in the mid-90s on my motorcycle. As you can see, he had a much darker fur back then. He's sort of faded over the years. But yeah, poor William's been with me for more than 20 years, like 25 years, I guess. And Albert, it was about the same time. Here's a picture of Albert, also from the mid-90s or late 90s. Me dressed in some very sexy slacks there, down in Albert Town in the South Island of New Zealand. So Albert and William have been dragged around the world with me for years, and they are my companions and my buddies. and I have no plans to grow up. It's overrated. It's overrated. I'm good the way I am. I'm happy in my own little weird world. Finally, a comment and question from Lee, who writes, I'm kind of horny for you, Nick. I appreciate that, Lee. I don't think enough people in this world are horny for me, so I take any horniness that I can get. He also asks, can you tell me what cameras you use? This is a very common question, particularly when I do a car review. People like the camera view where it's sort of side on, where I'm beautifully in focus and everything else is out of focus. How do I do that? I do that with a DSLR, in this case Canon 6D, but I also have a 5D Mark IV, similar sort of cameras, full frame cameras with a good lens. So the good lens in this case is a very wide lens, a 20mm lens with a very wide aperture, 1.4. It's a Sigma lens. It's kind of an expensive lens. I think they're like $1,000. But the combination of a very wide lens on a full frame camera with a very wide aperture gives that very pleasing focus, short focus. So just my face is in focus, everything else is blurred. Makes it look very professional. And then I put it in a cage like this so I can mount it upside down to the windscreen, but the camera stays upright and so it focuses correctly. So yeah, that's the main camera I use in a lot of my videos. That makes me as pleasing to look at as it is possible when you have this face. So that's my main camera. The other cameras I use a lot of GoPros, and working with GoPro cameras is a frustrating exercise because they got better and better and better for years, and then suddenly got worse and worse and worse for years. Yes, a lot of people consider the GoPro 4 Black, which is this camera here, the pinnacle of GoPros. And the reason why so many YouTubers and even professionals tend to love the GoPro 4 Black is that it was their most reliable camera. I mean, this camera never freezes up. It can always be relied on to work first time. Is a solid camera. Unlike the 5, 6, 7, which are always freezing up, always having problems. You can also put a battery backpack on it, extending the battery life to over 2 hours, which is fantastic. You can also charge it on the fly, which is fantastic. And you can also put an external mic on it that actually works. Yes, you plug an external mic into these and it works every single time. So a lot of people love the GoPro 4 for those reasons. I love the GoPro 4. I'm always buying new old stock GoPro 4s, but they are getting pretty hard to get these days. Yeah, especially the batteries and so forth. So I was hoping that GoPro would finally bring out a better camera, and they have brought out the 5, the 6, the 7, all garbage. Oh, terrible cameras. Here are the 7. I still use them, but I'm very careful where I use them. I'm very careful because I can't always guarantee I'm going to get the footage, and of course the sound's always terrible, and there's always some problem with the 5, 6, and 7 series. They are just badly engineered cameras. So finally, GoPro brought out the 8, and I'm relieved to say that the 8 is a very good camera. The reason why, it's more stable than the 5, 6, 7, but mostly it has some great new features. The image stabilization in HD works beautifully. You don't even need a handheld gimbal to keep this looking smooth. You can just hand hold it like this and it's perfectly smooth. But also, they're now putting out this accessory called the Media Mod, which is like a case that goes around, a frame that goes around the 8, and it gives a bunch of extra features. As you can see, there's a lump here, which is an external microphone. That works. It works just about every time. This external microphone significantly improves the sound quality from the GoPro, but it also has on the back here, a 3.5mm jack for external mics like this one. Oh, at last, because putting an external mic on the 5, 6, 7, what a joke that was. They just never worked. This one actually works. So you can now record it with external mics. You can now charge on the fly, and it's got little hot shoes, so you can put accessories on it. Like you can put a little light on there, and you can run it off the camera, or you can put an external screen on there. This is what we've been asking for like 10 years from GoPro, and they've finally done it. So I'm super grateful because while I love the 4, they're getting harder and harder to get, as I said, getting harder to get the batteries, and the others were just garbage. So yeah, I'm going to be switching to the 8 mostly. Yeah, and if you're looking to get a GoPro, skip the 5, 6, 7's garbage, get the 8. It is an excellent camera. So that really, I've got a bunch of other cameras, but those are the main cameras I tend to use, GoPros and a DSLR with a good lens. So I hope that answers your question, Lee, and anyone else that's answered those questions. So anyway, what else have I got coming up? I've been meaning to finish the video on the options for the new Porsche 911 992 generation. Oh man, there are some ridiculous options for the new generation 911. And people, I've watched a few people configuring their cars online and going, oh my God. These people need to be warned. So I'll try and finish that in the next couple of weeks because there are some really stupid options for the new 911. So I want to try and warn people away from those dumb options. And as I said, I'm going to do a dash cam video soon. Yeah, a bunch of videos. Hopefully I'll get time to do that shortly. Meantime, I hope everybody's okay. I don't mean to diminish the seriousness of the current situation we're all in. We just need to stay positive, support each other. We all probably know somebody who's been affected by this or losing a job or is shut down and lonely. We just have to be there for each other. So try and reach out to friends and family. I'm so surprised. People I haven't heard from for years have been calling me lately. So it's really bringing people out of the woods. People are really supporting each other. I'm so pleased. So stay positive, look after everybody. We'll get through it. It's all good. And enjoy a bit of time alone at home, like I have been, naked. It's not so bad. We'll get through this. Anyway, thank you for supporting my channel as always, my friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Actually, I've been thinking maybe I should do like a Google meetup where we could all talk. I don't know, if you like the idea of me setting up some sort of interactive thing where we could all have a chat online, let me know in the comments below. I'm not sure whether anyone's into that, but if you are, I can certainly do that. While we're all stuck at home, it might be a good way to have the community, us weirdos, get together and have a chat about cars, helicopters, whatever, cameras, gorillas, you know. Anyway, stay positive, my friends. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye then. And if you're wondering where to acquire the ridiculous t-shirts that I wear in my videos, they're all here in my store, all your favorites. Including offensive stamps and my rapid dry towels as well. Yes, Nick Murray t-shirts, being a little inappropriate since 2016.